Fantastic.
Aaron's the man. Talk to him.
I worked with you a little while ago, and I thought that maybe we could have a little bit of a chat of just how I was able to help you get through some sticking points in your business a little while ago.
Yeah, I can't even remember when we had the first session. I think like in maybe October or something, November. And I had this. I can't even remember now because it's resolved and it's gone and it's all good. I had this procrastination and I had had it for a long time and I just couldn't like just had no how do you say I just couldn't get over it. Like it wasn't like it's not like I'm a lazy person, but it was I just couldn't get going and I didn't know why. And I, being a hypnotherapist myself, I knew there must be something else. So yeah. Anyway, we had a session and it was really cool because you do conversational hypnosis, so I didn't even have to close my eyes, which was weird. And I think the first time I did close my eyes because I was just so used to it.
Yeah.
Um, but that's what I love. Like, you don't even, there's a lot of stigma around hypnosis and, oh my God, it's mind control. But when you have your eyes open, it
And how
just,
did you find the difference between traditional hypnosis, where you're almost sort of being told a script and given suggestions, compared to the conversational variety, where we're almost delving in and you're answering your own questions?
um, I mean, I'm an RTT practitioner, and there you kind of, regress to something, and it can be super powerful. I found so there's not really that much suggestions in the beginning, but maybe sort of in the transformation, sort of at the end a little bit. But what I felt like sometimes, other types of hypnosis can be really cathartic and it can actually re-traumatize people. Like I've, found a way how I can get around it with my clients, but I'm actually training in conversational hypnosis because of you, because I had such a good session that I decided, yep, this is awesome.
And then after working with you, we ended up having a bit of discussion and found out that your daughters were suffering from anxiety. Would you like to
Yeah,
just expand a little bit on that?
yeah. So my youngest daughter had anxiety at high school. She's a bit younger than so she started school quite early because she was the youngest, and yeah, she kind of, had a group of friends. They had a falling out, and then she just had a lot of anxiety, or they were doing, like vaping, and they were doing things that she wasn't. She's still a kid, she wasn't ready for that stuff.
And how was this affecting
Um,
her at school?
well, she had anxiety, and I didn't realize, but little panic attacks. So she saw the counselor at school who said, "Oh, you're having panic attacks." And, I'm not there, so I didn't realize that it was small panic attacks, but daily. And she literally begged me, can you homeschool me? I hate it. And she couldn't focus, so her marks went down. And,
And how long was this going on for?
oh, let's say, I mean, she started high school in, let's say, February last year, and it maybe went till it was maybe till September. So maybe she had a session in September. Can't remember. So, at least maybe 6 months on and off, but in the end, it was, and anyway, she begged me to homeschool her. But anyway, I had a session with you, and then I said, "Oh, would you be open to work with Isla?" And you did. And after that one session, she was fine. Like, we'd even organized, to go and see a psychologist and just kind of have an assessment. And she's like, "Nah, I don't need that. I'm good." Um, so yeah, so
So
she hasn't.
during that one session that I had with Isla, it somehow made her realise what her anxiety was caused from, or how she was able to deal with it better?
Yeah, or it's like for me when I mean I can't speak for her because we all experience things differently, but I find in these sessions it's kind of like your problem and the solution with it's kind of like wired this way, and then in the session it gets untangled and put together in a different way that's more beneficial. And so, you know, like Dr. Joe Dispenza says, neurons that no longer fire together no longer wire together.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of what it feels like to me, and it was for her too. So she just kind of, I can't even remember what it was, you know, her association, what the or what you
As
guys
a
did.
mum, and seeing her feeling a lot better and being able to tell you, Mum, I don't need to go and see the psychologist anymore. How are you
She
seeing the
she
changes?
she just texted. um, yeah, amazing, you know, because as a parent, you just want your kids to be happy. And I had a great time at school. So, you know, for me, that was like new and hard to deal with. So, yeah, thank
Good.
you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing this with myself and everybody else on the live here. Just give everybody a little bit of an insight of how conversational hypnosis differs from traditional hypnosis, and that's why we just often say that we just have a conversation because it's so easy. It's not like you're forced into a trance or told anything that you don't believe. It's just a very therapeutic conversation that seems, as you said, just seems to untangle our knots or our problems, because it seems to appear that when we have a problem, we subconsciously know what the answer is, but sometimes we can't unravel it ourselves. And as I said a little bit earlier on the video I posted, that it just helps sometimes for someone to ask the right questions to help to unravel those problems, and then we can find those realizations and solutions ourselves, and then we find that those solutions tend to last. Would you agree?
Yeah, totally. And I think it's, you know, it's like Einstein said, you can't solve a problem at the same level that it was caused at. And it's true, you know, we try and solve our problems in our mind, and then we get into thinking and anxiety and, you know, whatever
Yes.
mode. Um, but actually, the driver is the subconscious mind, and we can't access it by ourselves. So, so yeah, it's really cool. And I have to say, you know, I've had sessions with other people who do conversational hypnosis as well. And these last few months, I've done more in my business and made more than in ages, you know, because I just didn't have those. I don't like to say blocks, but you know, people understand that. I just didn't have those blocks anymore because they were just gone. It wasn't even a question. It was like, oh, I want to build a business, so I better do something about it. And, you know, so, and actually, I had a session the other day and it was around totally something else, but what came up was, it's safe. I fly under the radar, and that's safe. That keeps me safe. And so then we, you know, untangled that mess and put it together like, well, if you want to build a business, you've got to be out there and be seen. And that, like an hour later or 2 hours later, a client signed up that I offered him $1,000 package. And then suddenly he signed up for my $5,000 package. And I know that is because I had that session before, you know, it's kind of like energetically once you don't have that, oh, I have to hide, you know, like if you're hiding, you don't want to be selling. So once, you know, that was gone, and it's just so powerful. There's so many stories like that. So yeah,
Fantastic.
Aaron's the man. Talk to him. I
Awesome.
recommend
Thank you
you
very
to
much for your time
everyone.
today, Catherine. We'll talk again soon, and have a great
Awesome.
afternoon.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.